Trump is a complete and total clown, and he's intent on making America his circus. At this point, it seems like even Republicans are starting to recognize that Trump is a total embarrassment. But now, Trump being an embarrassment has disastrous consequences. That's right, Trump has been left in a panic as the entire Fulbright board just quit over this. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Trump is not just an embarrassment for America, he's an embarrassment everywhere. That's right, according to this new global survey, Trump has sunk US popularity even more. President Donald Trump's approval ratings have been underwater since February, but it's not just within America that his image is struggling. Around the globe, his behavior has caused a rapid deterioration of the entire country's global image. All this from the guy who claims he's restoring America's global image. Pew Research Center surveyed people in 24 countries, including 10 in Europe. It found that the share of respondents who view the US favorably has dropped in most of them compared to the spring of 2024. Additionally, respondents have little confidence in Trump as a world leader or in his ability to address global challenges, from wars in Ukraine and Gaza to climate change and US immigration policies. Just about the only good news for Trump in the poll is that a majority of respondents worldwide also do see Trump as a strong leader. They just don't agree with his policies on virtually anything and also view him as dangerous and arrogant. Thanks a lot, Donald Trump. You've managed to make America worse again. Of course, this is disappointing, but it's not that surprising because, as I've been saying, Trump is an embarrassment. This is partially because he's managed to assemble a team so incompetent, so humiliating, it's like a walking clown show. Take Scott Bessent, for example, the guy advising Trump on his economic policies.
I want to say, given your successful past, isn't this embarrassing?
Is there a question there, sir?
There's a question. Isn't this embarrassing?
Oh, is it embarrassing? Well, I'm sorry, Congressman, but you seem not to have seen the economic data. The GDP growth has been quite substantial. Job growth is solid.
GDP growth is half what it was last year, sir.
The job growth is solid, and we had
job growth is a third what it was all last year, sir.
No. And private sector job growth especially. And if you'd like to talk about inflation...
Sorry, Bessent, you should be embarrassed. But now Trump's embarrassing antics have escalated to real disastrous consequences. That's right, Trump has been left in a panic as the entire Fulbright board just quit over this.
In a stunning act of defiance that blindsided the Trump administration, the entire 12-member board of the Fulbright program has resigned, marking the first mass walkout in the scholarship's 80-year history. The Fulbright program, created by Congress in 1946, is one of America's most prestigious cultural exchange initiatives, funding nearly 8,000 scholars, researchers, and artists each year. It's not just a scholarship. It's a symbol of U.S. diplomacy and soft power, designed to promote mutual understanding between nations. And now, its leadership is saying, enough. In a scathing public letter, the board accused Trump's State Department, led by Secretary Marco Rubio, of unprecedented actions that we believe are impermissible under the law and that compromise U.S. national interests and integrity. Specifically, they say political appointees interfered with the program's independence, canceling hundreds of American research grants over their topics and putting 1,200 foreign scholars under review. But this wasn't a symbolic protest. This was a full-scale mutiny and a legal rebuke. The board insists it has the final say on Fulbright selections and accuses the Trump administration of illegally usurping that authority. Adding fuel to the fire is the man now overseeing the Fulbright program, Darren Beattie, a far-right media figure and former Trump aide who was fired in 2018 after speaking at a white nationalist conference. He was quietly brought back into the State Department earlier this year. Trump, meanwhile, has been waging an open war on academia, freezing funding to Harvard and ordering embassies to pause student visas. This resignation isn't just bureaucratic drama. It's a historic rupture between America's academic elite and a president determined to reshape cultural institutions in his image. The Fulbright board's exit is a public declaration. We will not be political tools. And for Trump, who now faces international backlash, academic revolt, and internal chaos. The message couldn't be clearer. Even his own appointees won't follow him off this cliff.
Hopefully, the Fulbright board sets an example because more and more people need to stand up to Donald Trump's authoritarian bullying.